Lacking the inspiration she needs to make her new holiday hit, the iconic pop star, Angelina Costa, decides to escape her glamorous life and grant the wish of her adoring fan. Little does she know, inspiration is not the only thing she may find. The scene opens with a fast-paced montage. The shots alternate between Angelina fiercely performing her song and going through the motions of being a celebrity, such as meeting fans and getting glammed up. There is an obvious contrast between her personality on and off stage. While performing, Angelina looks passionate and dynamic, but she seems to be completely burnt out and disappointed when doing anything else. After she gets off the stage, Angelina walks towards her assistant Monique and instantly starts to harshly critique her performance down to every little detail. Monique points out that Angelina is too much of a perfectionist, because she thought the performance was flawless as it always is. The assistant quickly gives Angelina the rundown for the day, walks her to the press junket she needs to attend, and warns her to be nice. When they arrive at the interview location, they are immediately greeted by Madison Sparks, the interviewer from a very popular magazine, who gushes about how she has been a fan of Angelina since she was a baby. As the press junket goes on, Madison bombards the pop star with slightly passive-aggressive questions. She points out that Angelina is getting older, and the younger generation is rapidly catching up to her. Angelina is obviously offended and answers the questions with a very dry response, making the atmosphere quite tense and awkward. However, the last question makes Angelina snap. She insults Madison in Spanish, so she can't understand her. When Madison asks what she said, the pop star simply smiles at her and compliments her shoes. After the interview, Angelina angrily rants to Monique about how undermining Madison was towards her, while stomping into her apartment littered with awards on every surface. The assistant reminds her that she shouldn't care what Madison thinks, because she has more important things to focus on, like the fact that she will get to be on the cover of an important magazine. That seems to calm her down, until Barry, the head of her record label, calls Monique. Angelina is adamant about not talking to him. She asks Monique to tell him that she's not there. Monique answers the call and tells Barry that he just missed Angelina, but she can pass on a message. Barry tells her that he thinks Angelina should release a Christmas song, but Monique quickly dismisses the idea after seeing the look on Angelina's face. In order to get Barry to drop the idea, Monique lies to him and says that Angelina already has a song she's working on, and they're sure it is going to be a big hit. When he asks when he can hear it, Monique tells him that Angelina is going to perform it at the gala. Barry seems pleased with the news, reminding Monique to ensure that Angelina does a great job at the gala. After the call ends, Angelina panics and tells Monique that it was a bad idea to lie to Barry, considering that she can't get inspired enough to write a song, let alone a Christmas hit. The only thing that comforts Angelina is that she's sure the record label won't drop her just because she doesn't want to write a Christmas song. The singer waits for Monique to agree with her, looking at her expectantly, but instead, she is met with complete silence. She realizes that despite her experience and longevity in the industry, Barry would fire her if she doesn't do what he wants. Especially now that the new and younger artist that is signed at the same record label, Shuri Bibai, is blowing up. Despite Shuri not having as much experience as Angelina does, Monique points out that she has a top 10 single, so she is valuable to Barry. She advises Angelina to stop leaning on her old hits and start writing the new Christmas song she desperately needs. The scene pans out to a small family of 3 living in a quiet small town. The teenage girl, Christina, is jumping around in her bedroom and dancing, while her dad, Miguel, and grandmother, Frida, are downstairs in the living room. The dad is trying to concentrate on writing a song at his piano, but is distracted by the grandmother's loud telenovela and his daughter's loud music upstairs. When he tries to turn off the television, the grandmother swiftly stops him, saying that she was watching the telenovela, even though she was clearly asleep. After that, he goes to the teenager's room and asks her to turn down the music. In exchange, Christina asks him to play the guitar for her video. At first, he turns her down. But after she compromises and promises that he won't be shown in the video, he reluctantly agrees. The next frame goes back to show Angelina struggling to compose her Christmas song and aimlessly playing the piano. She is frustrated and soon gives up, in favor of taking a break and relaxing on her rooftop. She opens up her laptop and finds a picture of her and her mother, who has passed away. She tearfully looks at the photo, saying that she misses her. Hoping to cheer up, she goes on her social media platform to look through her fans' accounts. She stumbles across a video of Christina singing one of her songs and admires her beautiful voice. Towards the end of the video, Christina, with tears in her eyes, shares how her and her mom used to always sing that song together, but unfortunately, she passed away a few years ago. She mentions that she's going to use the song for her quinceañera next week, so it still feels like she's there with her. Christina then says that all she wants for her Christmas birthday is to one day meet Angelina, and maybe even take a selfie with her. But most of all, she wants to tell the singer how much the song means to her. Angelina, full of emotion, looks away from the screen, but this time with a bittersweet smile on her face. The next day, Angelina is back in a studio, once again trying to write the song but still failing. Suddenly, Ricardo, her ex-boyfriend, walks into the studio filming a video for social media. Angelina quickly figures out what he's doing and uncomfortably pretends to be happy to see him. As soon as the camera is off, she tells him to stop putting her in positions where they have to keep pretending to be together. But Ricardo pressures her, saying that the fans are hungry for content and they need publicity, especially for the gala. Angelina reminds him that the gala is not about them, it is about charity. He quickly deflects the subject and convinces her that staying together is what's best for both of them. After Ricardo leaves the studio, Monique points out to Angelina that they were supposed to go public with the breakup. Angelina defends herself by saying that it's too soon, and she needs to raise her follower count somehow. Aware that Angelina will not listen either way, Monique lets the subject drop. The scene changes back and forth, first showing Cristina and Miguel getting ready to leave for school. Meanwhile, Angelina is shown preparing for the magazine photo shoot. When Monique asks her what she wants for lunch, Angelina tells her she is currently on a strict lettuce diet because the performance is coming up. When Monique asks what a lettuce diet is, Angelina explains that depending on what day it is, she gets to eat a different kind of lettuce. She tries to make it sound more exciting than it actually is, just to reassure Monique that everything is fine. Monique senses that Angelina is trying to distract her, so she forces her to sit down and asks her what's wrong. Angelina admits that she can't be genuine in her efforts of writing the song, especially since she hasn't fully felt the Christmas spirit since her mom passed away. Monique knows that she hit a sore subject, so she leads Angelina to the photo shoot studio, while reassuring her that she looks beautiful and shutting down Angelina's self-criticism. On her way there, she bumps into Barry. Thinking that he wanted to discuss the new song, she rushes to tell him that it is coming along great and will be done just in time. Instead, Barry unpleasantly surprises her by showing up with Cherie and introducing the two of them. Angelina is clearly confused by his actions, but tries to be polite to Cherie. While the younger singer compliments Angelina, she tells her how she could never pull off something so vintage, and slightly offends her in the process. Barry, sensing the awkward tension, sends Cherie to talk to the photographers, confusing Angelina even more. She asks him what that was all about, and he tells her that they need to have a talk about the record label's priorities. He says that the label's focus should be on the future, but Angelina is still stuck in the past, so he decided to let Cherie be on the cover of the magazine instead. Angelina tells him that he can't do such a thing to her, but Barry rudely says that it is already done, justifying it by pointing out that Cherie is more relevant right now. He leaves Angelina behind, shocked and disappointed. She is on the verge of tears when she firmly informs Monique that they're leaving. When Monique comforts Angelina by saying that they will get to her place in 20 minutes, Angelina decides that they are not going home. She is eager to get out of the city and suggests driving around without a definite destination in order to clear her head. Monique is not happy with that idea, insisting that they need to go back. The gala is in a few days, and she still does not have a song ready. Angelina begs her to give her a break, when suddenly, she remembers the video she saw the night before, and gets the idea to go meet Cristina. Monique thinks this is unusual, considering she has never done something like this before. Angelina tries to convince her that she wants to do this for good publicity, but soon admits that she actually really needs this so she can feel better. In the following scene, Cristina and Miguel are walking down the hallway toward their respective classes. Miguel asks Cristina if everything is alright, concerned that her birthday party is not going to be good enough, but Cristina insists that he has nothing to worry about. After seeing him interact with some other teacher, she tells him that it's okay if he wants to bring a +1 to her party. She even encourages him to sign up on some dating apps, but he quickly dismisses her idea. Cristina, seeing that her video only got 20 views, expresses her disappointment to Miguel. She had hoped Angelina might see it, as she usually shares and likes her fans' edits. Miguel seems impressed by that, saying that it is very nice of her to do that. After that, he playfully asks Cristina if Angelina is on one of those dating apps. Cristina refuses to even answer her dad's question and walks away from him. When Angelina and Monique arrive in the little town, Angelina seems surprised at how quiet and private it is. Monique gets a call from Ricardo, and Angelina sees that his contact name is Ange's stupid ex, which makes Monique's impression of him perfectly clear. Angelina tries to defend him by saying that he probably just wants to plan a post of the two, but Monique does not care about him or his posts at all. They finally get to Cristina's school. Angelina tries to joke about the situation, saying that at least she will get photographed in her photo shoot outfit. As they walk into the school, every student stares after them with a starstruck look on their faces. Cristina is in a classroom, staring at her crush, Scott. Her cousin catches her staring at him and encourages her to ask him to come to her quinceanera. Cristina is too embarrassed to do that, so her cousin takes initiative and asks him for her, despite Cristina's refusals. Fortunately, he accepts, and Cristina seems less annoyed with her cousin. All of a sudden, she and Miguel are asked to present themselves at the principal's office. They meet each other in the hallway, both asking the other what they did wrong, but no one has an answer. They seem stressed as they walk towards the office, but when they get there, they are told that Christina has a visitor. Not knowing who it could be, Miguel and Christina walk into the office, only to find Angelina and Monique there. Christina screams excitedly at the sight of her. She can't believe her eyes. Miguel is just as shocked as Christina. The principal introduces them to one another, and Angelina finds out that Miguel is a music teacher. She says that there is where Christina must get her talent from. He asks, totally confused, why she is even there, and Christina guesses that she saw her video. Angelina confirms that she did indeed see the video, and she loved it, especially the part about her mom. She tells Christina that the video reminded her of the feelings she had when she first wrote that song, so she wanted to repay her somehow. She offers to take a selfie with her, and Christina elatedly takes out her phone, and they start taking some pictures together. After all that is done, Monique tells Angelina they should hurry before they get stuck there because of the snow, but Miguel advises them to not drive while it's snowing so heavily. Sensing an opportunity for them to stay there longer, Christina invites Angelina and Monique to their house for dinner, since they're already stuck there. Angelina, who does not want to go home, where she would be forced to work on the song, wholeheartedly accepts the invitation. When they pull up in front of the house, Angelina, who is wearing platform heels, is reluctant to get out of the car and get her feet into the snow, but quickly comes up with a plan after she finds some plastic bags in the car. She ties up the plastic bags to her feet, so her designer shoes don't get ruined, but walking in them is more difficult than she expected. Monique has to come up and help her get to the front door, all the while teasing Angelina that she'll take pictures of her and leak them to the press. When they see Miguel, Angelina tries to appear nonchalant, explaining that the shoes were custom-made. Once they all get inside the house, the atmosphere seems to be a bit tense and uncomfortable. Christina quickly takes Angelina to her room, so she can show her the outfit options for the birthday party. They leave Miguel and Monique alone. To break the tension, Miguel suggests they go and drink some wine. Monique immediately accepts. Upstairs, Angelina and Christina walk into the bedroom, and Angelina immediately notices how many posters of her Christina has. She looks to be a little uncomfortable, but soon begins to relax as they bond over the loss of their moms. Angelina shares how things just have not been the same since her mom passed away, but she is sure that she would have loved their little town, with all the snow and bright lights everywhere. She tells Christina how she often catches herself thinking about how excited she is to tell her all about her day. But then, she disappointedly remembers that she cannot do that anymore. Christina completely relates to her. Tearfully, she explains how she is so sad to not be able to share all these big moments in her life with her mom anymore, and how strange it feels. Angelina tries to cheer her up by telling her that her mom would be so proud of her and that thankfully, she still has her dad. That is when Christina's grandmother gets home as well, and Miguel introduces her to Angelina and Monique. He informs her that they're going to stay with them for the day, because of the heavy snow outside. Frida takes the two women by surprise when she warmly embraces them both, instantly welcoming them into her home. She quickly begins fussing over them, and rushes them toward the dining room so they can all eat. Back at the studio, Ricardo barges in, expecting to find Angelina there so they can make another video for social media, but soon discovers that she is gone. As the small family, accompanied by Angelina and Monique, all walk into the dining room, they find the dinner table full of a plethora of delicious meals. Angelina enthusiastically notices how good the food smells, and says that she hasn't had a home-cooked meal in ages. Monique confirms that she has Angelina's favorite restaurants on speed dial. Despite that, when Miguel offers Angelina some pozole, she declines. She chooses to stick to her strict diet, and opts for some beans. Frida insists that a woman needs some fat to be healthy, and orders Miguel to serve her some pozole. Angelina tries refusing again, but Frida will not take no for an answer. As soon as Angelina eats some of it, her eyes widen with surprise at how delectable it is. Miguel teases her, playfully saying that if she ever gets tired of the beans, his kitchen is always open. Angelina softly laughs, shyly gazing up at him, looking a bit flustered. Christina unknowingly interrupts the moment by asking Angelina if Ricardo cooks. That's when Frida finds out that Angelina is dating her favorite actor. She tells Angelina that his telenovela is all she ever watches. Miguel jokes about how Frida might love Ricardo more than Angelina does. Monique laughs sarcastically at his comment. She knows that the two are still together just for publicity. Angelina swiftly changes the subject, making a toast to Miguel, and thanking him for the food. After dinner, they all go to the living room, where Christina shows Angelina all of Miguel's instruments. Christina lets her know that he is so talented, that he knows how to play them all. She says that he even had a band. Miguel, embarrassed by his daughter's compliments, tries to play it down by saying that his band did not have any success because it never even left the garage. While they flirtatiously banter with each other, Angelina notices a music sheet with the beginning of a song written on it. She instantly seems to be enthralled by it, and sits down at the piano to sing it. Miguel is a little taken aback by Angelina, but soon joins her at the piano to work with her on the song after her insistence. Frida, Christina, and Monique all sit down and curiously watch the pair. While they work on the song, an obvious connection forms between them. Angelina seems to have a revelation about the song and realizes that it's just what she needs for the gala. She offers to be a co-writer for Miguel's song, but he does not know what to say at first. They go to discuss it outside, but Miguel is still reluctant to agree. He is acutely aware that he is just a music teacher, and she has previously only worked with professionals before. She assures him that it does not matter, because a good song is a good song, regardless of who it comes from. He is still insecure about his lack of experience, but Angelina is persistent in convincing him to take the deal. When she notices that Miguel is not all that eager to agree with her, she tells him up front that she really needs the song. Angelina explains how her record label is pressuring her to drop a new Christmas single, and she has been lacking inspiration for it until now. That seems to be what warms Miguel up to the idea. He asks her how they would do this if he agreed to it. She tells him that the earnings would be split in half, a strictly business-related deal where she gets her single, and he gets extra money to put towards Christina's college. She also sneaks in a little joke to lighten the mood, saying how he can finally get the band out of the garage. After lots of convincing on Angelina's part, Miguel agrees to make the deal with her. Frida quickly sends Miguel away, saying how she wants to get to know her guests and have a little girls' night where they chit-chat about aimless things. After Miguel and Christina leave, Frida sneakily pulls out a tequila bottle, offering some shots to Angelina and Monique, who immediately accept. After they get a bit carried away, Angelina carries Monique up to their beds, clumsily laying her down. Monique tries to point out to Angelina that Miguel is kind of cute, but the singer shuts her comment down instantly by insisting that she is there for the song and the song only. Monique wearily tells Angelina that she hopes the song is good enough, and they both fall asleep. The next morning, Angelina is calling out to Miguel, looking around the house for him, but she finds him on the front porch shoveling snow out of the road. Noticing how hungover Angelina looks, he gives her his coffee, saying that she needs it more than he does. He apologizes for Frida's actions, but Angelina brushes him off. She insists that she had fun despite her condition that morning. She then asks Christina and her dad where they're headed off to. She finds out that they are going to Christina's quinceañera rehearsals. She hastily tells Miguel that she worked on the song some more last night, and offers to show him before he leaves with Christina. He tells her that he wishes he could, but he has things to do, and she's more than welcome to stay at the house and work on the song while he's gone. Monique cuts in and suggests that they go to the city instead, but Angelina persists in staying there. She reasons that if she leaves, they might interrupt the connection they have and not get it back. Sharing a look, Christina and Monique are aware that Angelina is making up excuses to stay there longer. Desperate to not leave the small town, she offers to go with them to the rehearsals. Miguel excitedly agrees and says that he would love for her to come with them, but he is worried that she will be disappointed seeing, as she is used to events of a certain caliber. She insists that there is no reason to worry about that, pointing out that she's just a human like they are. Angelina goes to freshen up and get ready to leave, while Monique follows her, questioning her decisions. As soon as Angelina is out of earshot, Christina joyfully tells her dad that she is totally freaking out, but in the best way possible. Miguel is worried about her aunt's reactions, hoping that they don't disturb Angelina. When they arrive at the location of the rehearsal, Christina's aunts start to hysterically scream. Angelina jokingly whispers to Miguel that it must be a family trait. The aunts, Conchi and Connie, run up to Angelina so Miguel can introduce them. They immediately hug Angelina and tell her how much they love her. The singer looks to be slightly stunned by them, but she appreciates them, nonetheless. All the kids are approaching Angelina, starstruck by her presence. Soon after, they all settle down, and Miguel and Angelina start working on their song, while Christina and her friends work on choreography. The pair seems to be making some real progress coming up with the right lyrics, when Miguel admits to Angelina that he used to listen to one of her albums on repeat. She is surprised to hear this, pointing out that it is one of her older albums. He says that even though it was made a long time ago, her first album is his favorite. He points out that he was such a big fan, and now he cannot believe that he is actually sitting down with her, working on a song. She insists that she is just like any other person, but he does not agree with her. Angelina confesses that she thinks she actually missed out on the important parts of life, like having a quinceañera. When Miguel asks her what she was doing, she tells him that she was touring with Jennifer Lopez. He jokingly tells her that she was indeed really deprived. Miguel tells Christina to show Angelina her choreography, and Christina surprises her with a dance for her own song. After seeing how Christina and her friends are still struggling with the dance moves, Angelina offers to help them. She tells them to get into formation, and the kids enthusiastically follow her instructions. She starts to show them some provocative dance moves, but after seeing the signals Miguel was sending for her to stop, she quickly changes the choreography to something more appropriate. They all stumble a bit in the beginning, but soon get the hang of it and start to have fun. Angelina even invites Miguel to dance with them, and they all start dancing around happily. After the end of the rehearsal, Christina goes up to Angelina. She nervously tells her that even though she knows she is probably very busy, she would love for her to come to her birthday party. Of course, Angelina agrees, but only if Christina and Miguel accept her invitation to the gala. They both happily accept, and they all head back to the house. As they go up the stairs on the front porch, Angelina gets a phone call that she really needs to take, so she remains outside. She seems anxious to answer it but does it nonetheless, pretending to be happy to greet Barry. He angrily asks her where she is, noticing that she's not at the studio where she should be. Angelina tells him that she's working on the song just like he asked her to. When he points out that the gala is fast approaching, she agrees with him, saying that she shouldn't be wasting her time on the phone. She hangs up on him. She realizes that she, in fact, does not have a lot of time left until the gala. So, she goes up to Miguel, telling him that they need to get started. But Frida insists that she should sit down and make tamales with them all. Angelina tries to get out of it, but is too intimidated by Frida's stare to argue with her. Her inexperience regarding mundane tasks is once again made obvious when she overstuffs the tamale. Miguel jumps in to help her. He softly explains to her what she should be doing while looking adoringly at her. Monique notices that, as her eyes dart back and forth between the two. At the studio, Ricardo meets with Barry. Ricardo shows Barry a photo of Angelina from Christina's rehearsals, after he asks where she is. Back at the house, Monique asks Angelina if everything is going well, and Angelina tells her with a hopeful look in her eyes that this song could be the one. Monique playfully asks her if she is talking about the song or Miguel, and Angelina laughs it off. After taking showers, the two women go downstairs in fresh, clean clothes, a pair of jeans, and ugly Christmas sweaters from Connie and Conchai. They joke around with Miguel, who is very amused when he sees them. Monique looks pointedly at Angelina and tells the two that she's going to go find Frida. They start working on their chorus where they seem to get a bit stuck. Angelina tells Miguel that she's never worked with anyone else before, and that all of her songs are written by her alone. He confesses that he's never worked with anyone else either, saying that it is too intimate. They both stop for a moment and stare into each other's eyes with a romantic kind of tension sizzling in the air. Angelina snaps out of it though, and nervously gets back to work, breaking the tension. They still can't figure out the rest of the song, and Miguel decides to take her somewhere else so they can cool off. She reluctantly goes along with him, but wants to go back to work as soon as possible. However, Angelina quickly changes her mind when she sees where Miguel takes her, and instantly falls in love with the place. They walk through the Christmas fair, full of bright lights and Christmas trees. He tells her that she deserves it, after the day she had full of hectic people, and points out that she earned some die-hard fans. She doesn't miss the opportunity to tease him, saying that while that's all true, she already had one die-hard fan who listened to her older records all the time. He laughs, aware that Angelina is never going to let him forget that. After that, they have a heartfelt moment where Angelina tells him what an amazing dad he is, and that he should never doubt that. Especially when it's clear that Christina is such an amazing kid who loves him very much. He obviously greatly appreciates the compliments, and stares down at her with adoration in his eyes. They seem to be having another one of those moments. Beginning to lean into each other, Angelina interrupts the moment by blurting out a lyric she just thought of. That takes Miguel, who is still stuck in a trance, by surprise. To his credit, he quickly catches up. Excitedly hugging Angelina, he is happy that they finally have the lyrics they've been missing. They go home joyful that they can finish the song they've been working so hard on. Exhausted, they both fall asleep on the couch. Soon after, Angelina is woken up by someone banging on the front door. She groggily gets up to answer the door, only to find Ricardo on the other side. He invites himself inside and tells Angelina that he is there to make sure they arrive at the gala on time. When he sees Miguel, he rudely asks who he is, but before he can get a reply, Frida enters the room excited to see her favorite actor. Ricardo is patronizingly talking to her. He is trying to get rid of her as fast as possible. When he finds out that Angelina and Miguel have been working on a song together, he finds it hard to believe. But he soon feels intimidated by the obvious connection between the singer and music teacher. He immediately starts undermining Miguel, and says that he isn't important enough to work with Angelina. She angrily tells him to stop talking and go outside. Angelina regretfully looks back at Miguel and says she'll go grab her stuff, clearly not wanting to leave him yet. She apologizes to him about Ricardo, knowing that he can be a lot to handle, but Miguel assures her that it's okay by saying that he got used to strange things happening after the last couple of days. Angelina reminds him that it is not over yet, because she'll see him and Christina at the gala. As she's walking down the stairs, Angelina keeps turning around to look at him one last time. Before leaving, she shyly waves at him. Back in the city, Angelina and Ricardo are having an argument. Ricardo is accusing Angelina of getting involved with Miguel, but she vehemently denies it by saying that they were just working together. Ricardo insists that it is not what it looked like. But Angelina reminds Ricardo that she does not let herself get involved with anyone. He then says that maybe they haven't tried enough, but Angelina gently lets him down. Ricardo tells her that it would be better if she just let him know if the arrangement is not working out for her anymore. She insists that it is good for the brand, and they should keep it going. After Ricardo leaves, Angelina seems conflicted with her decision. The next day, Monique shows up at Christina and Miguel's house to pick them up for the gala. When Christina spots Monique while looking out the window, she squeals with delight and rushes down the stairs to greet her. When she answers the door, Monique tells them to come as they are and not worry about how they look, because she has them covered. When they get to the theater where the gala is being held, they are overwhelmed by the beauty and extravagance of it all. Monique leads Miguel and Christina to the room where they'll be getting ready, and provides them with everything they need. She shows Christina the multitude of beautiful gowns she can choose from, and lets her take her pick. Soon after, the girl meets with Angelina, who comes walking down the stairs in a gorgeous green dress. When the singer asks about Miguel, Christina tells her that he's still getting ready, and he'll meet them after. As they walk through the theater, Angelina looks around anxiously, not looking too happy to be there. However, as soon as she spots Miguel walking towards her, a bright beam takes over her face. They get interrupted when Barry steps between them with Cherie by his side. He asks her about the song, and tells her he can't wait to finally hear it after she's been so secretive about it. Barry seems to be trying to pit Cherie and Angelina against each other. He brags about Cherie's success in order to make Angelina jealous. He fails to do so after Cherie gushes to Angelina about how much of an inspiration she is to her. Angelina seems to really appreciate her comment, and genuinely thanks her for it. Barry passive-aggressively informs Angelina of an important milestone Cherie is going to have in her career, and reminds the older singer that she has not been as relevant as Cherie in a while. However, Angelina does not let his comment affect her, and excuses herself from the conversation, reasoning that she needs to get ready for her performance. She walks over to Miguel with a smile on her face, excited to finally have a chance to talk to him. He points out how tense the conversation looked, and tells Angelina that he saw how fake her smile was. He obviously knows her well enough to notice that about her. Miguel asks her if she's nervous about her performance soon, but she tells him she doesn't get nervous, only excited. He cannot relate at all, and confesses that he is too scared to even play in front of his students. She tells him that it's a shame people don't get to see him perform. Miguel quickly dismisses the idea, saying that he could not possibly do what she does, and wishes her good luck on stage. While giving her speech on the stage for the last song, Angelina invites Miguel up on the stage with her to play their song together. He fervently declines, while looking extremely nervous just at the thought of it. But she insists and gets the audience to chant his name until he gets up on the stage. He finally obliges and looks to be very unsure of himself as he walks up the stage. When he gets there, Angelina takes his hand and reassures him that he got this. She tells him to just pretend as if they're the only ones in the room. As he sits down at the piano, Miguel takes a deep breath and starts playing the song. Slowly but surely, his anxiety seeps away and he actually enjoys performing the song. As the song goes on, Angelina appears to be singing the song to Miguel and observes him endearingly. The audience is also enjoying the song immensely. When the song ends, Angelina and Miguel get a standing ovation from the audience. After they get off the stage, Miguel tells Angelina how excited he is and how he cannot believe he actually did that. The two share an intimate embrace full of adrenaline and happiness. But soon, Ricardo steps in between them. He twirls Angelina around, which takes her by surprise. Barry also approaches her and says how the song could be a big hit. Seeing how busy she is, Miguel and Christina leave with disappointment clear on their faces. While Barry is pulling Angelina away from the crowd to talk to her, she is anxiously looking around for Miguel and Christina. She gets agitated when she can't find them. However, Barry gets Angelina's attention when he tells her that he wants her to perform instead of Cherie. She is shocked to hear the news, but is concerned for Cherie. She tells him that she can't do that to her, but Barry replies that it's already done. Angelina is confused about what to say, but luckily, Monique is there to take her away when she sees how overwhelmed she is. They rush up to catch Miguel and Christina before they leave, and Angelina asks if she could have a moment alone with Miguel. She then tells him about the news she just got, how she got the performance on SETI, and that she wants him to play the song with her. He looks stunned to hear that, and she tries to convince him by saying that she needs a good pianist with her. That obviously upsets him a little, but Angelina doesn't notice. Miguel says that he wished he could go with her. Only then does Angelina remember that Christina's birthday party is taking place on the same day as the performance. He tells her that Christina will understand if she can't come to the party. Angelina tries to convince him that they can work together after the quinceañera and even go on tour together. But Miguel reminds her that he has a daughter to take care of and a real life to get back to. Shocked at his response, Angelina asks him what he means. He then questions if all the time they spent together was just about the song for her. She stammers for a bit, saying that it was about the song, because that is how she survives, by throwing herself into work. As Miguel explains to her that she's not actually living her life, she tries to justify herself by reminding him that they agreed from the beginning that their deal was strictly for business. Miguel is disappointed by her response. He tells her how he missed out on so much because of his fear of taking risks, and he regrets not doing so earlier. He confessed that it was never about the song for him, it was all about her, and he knows she feels the same way, but is too scared to admit it. After seeing that she can't give him a response, he walks back to the car completely disappointed. Already regretting her decision, Angelina looks out after him with tears in her eyes. The next frame shows a montage of Angelina and Miguel looking extremely sad. They both struggle to complete their tasks because of the deep regret burdening them. Back at the house, the family is watching Ricardo give an interview to the press. He confirms that the breakup rumors are true, but lies and says he broke up with Angelina just to keep his image clean. Cristina has a remorseful look on her face and confesses that she feels like it is all her fault. Her father tries to comfort her and tells her that what she did is not a bad thing at all, but the girl still feels bad for the hurt it caused him. She tells him that she knows they like each other, but Miguel says it is too complicated. Frida disagrees with him. She tells him that all he has to do is trust his feelings. While waiting for her performance to start, Angelina is wistfully looking through her camera roll at pictures of her and Miguel. When Monique comes up to tell her that another magazine wants her to be the cover of a photo shoot, Angelina is not as excited as she should be. That is when Cherie shows up, not to steal Angelina's spot again, but to wish her good luck as a fan. She wants to make sure that there are no hard feelings between them. Angelina is quick to assure Cherie that everything is good, and that they don't have to be pitted against one another. In fact, she would love to be friends and cheer each other on. Cherie then asks Angelina about her boyfriend. Assuming that she's talking about Ricardo, Angelina informs her that they've broken up. Cherie looks upset over that. She says that it's a shame because he played the piano really well. Angelina realizes that she was talking about Miguel. She corrects Cherie and says that he was never her boyfriend. Cherie and Monique seem to agree that it looked like quite the opposite. Cherie's words seem to inspire Angelina. She remembers all the good times she and Miguel had together. She impulsively decides to go after him and show up at Cristina's birthday party as she promised she would. Fully supporting Angelina, Monique tells her to go. She promises she'll handle everything else and gives Cherie the opportunity to perform again. At the quinceañera, everyone is having a good time, while Cristina and Miguel are getting ready to have their father-daughter dance. Miguel is tearfully telling her how proud he is to be her dad, and how proud her mother would be of her. They share an emotional hug before the dance starts, and softly sway to one of Angelina's slow ballads. Cristina tells Miguel that he should call Angelina. Little do they know, Angelina is already there, ready to surprise them both with a playful performance. Angelina dances around with Cristina and her friends. As the song ends, Cristina tells Angelina how happy she is to see her, and gives her the tiara she has. That way, Angelina can also have her quinceañera. Scott then cuts in and asks Cristina to dance with him, and she happily accepts. Angelina walks over to Miguel and tells him how she'd rather spend time with him at his daughter's birthday party than have any performance. She admits that it was always about way more than the song. They make plans to spend Christmas together, and when Angelina asks him about his plans after the holiday, Miguel tells her they'll figure something out. They finally share a loving kiss. On Christmas Day, all of the family, including Angelina and Monique, sit around the living room as they celebrate the song's huge success. They all laugh together and dance with each other while they have a splendid holiday as one big family.